everybody. Welcome back to UncutAlly. Oh, he dances.
I'm Chris. Welcome back.
Our audio should sound better.
Because you're right here.
You are right here.
See, now you can whisper again.
Now we can do ASMR.
So, improvementings. We're back to Uncut Advice, and I got a good one today.
Well, I got to go through some things. Also,
what are you doing?
You introduce the shows now? What is this? Uncut Chris? This is Uncut Advice. If you haven't watched
Uncut Chris.
I'm fucking
There's
hurting.
a cat slurping.
I know. I heard in the silence. Just was drinking. Good boy.
Good for him. Great for him.
Uncut Advice. We read out some Reddit stories. We react to them and give our advice on the situation. Specifically, Reddit stories from r/relationship_advice. You gotta remember the underscore, or else you get weird shit.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Few guidelines out here because they're not rules. If you know, you know. Anyway, it's been a while, so you gotta give me a minute.
I don't know. There's rules, you know?
Can I do my shit? It's my show.
Oh, fuck
27, and now he's his confidence is coming out the wazoo. It's too much. Oh, that's good.
I didn't even flex it.
I didn't even flex it.
I don't even want people to see that.
I didn't even flex it. Anyway. Why don't you be like the saddest story ever? These are can I help you?
No, you can go ahead.
These are our opinions. We mean no disrespect to anybody unless they deserve disrespect. We can only go off of the information provided and make assumptions from there, but trying to just stick to what is said there. There's a line between a toxic/abusive relationship and a relationship in a rough situation. Unless it's a toxic abusive relationship, we try to give advice for people who are just in a bad situation and want to work it all out. And what was that? No,
keep those people working it out. I'm trying to mimic your words.
Sure. You're like, sure. They're doing coke. Jesus Christ, we're gonna get demonetized. Just kidding, we're not monetized. What's the fucking last one? Oh, we love discussion and polite discourse. All we ask is that you keep it polite and respectful of other people's opinions. We will respect yours, you respect ours, vice versa.
We're all respectful here.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, this one's by Professional Cry 510.
Me too.
And they said, my girlfriend 24F reminded me, 28 male, to pay her back $10 after I forgot my wallet. I paid for almost everything over 4 years, and it left me feeling weird.
You bring this up for a reason?
No. Okay, I have been with my girlfriend for 4 years.
Sorry, I was making faces at the camera. I realized you didn't see it. Sorry.
We're serious, planning to get married. Throughout the relationship, I've paid for nearly everything: dates, trips, food, gifts, you name it. I'd say easily 99% of all expenses were covered by me. She's never really offered to split or pay, and I've never asked her to. I was working full-time and doing well financially, so I didn't mind. Recently, though, I quit my job because I was mentally exhausted. I've been going through a bit of burnout, and I needed a break. She, on the other hand, is currently working full-time and doing fine financially. The other day, we went out, and she wanted a bubble tea. I forgot my wallet, and my phone was dead, so I asked her to pay for it. It was like $10. She paid, drank it, and I dropped her off to her apartment. The next morning, she reminded me to send her the money. I had completely forgotten, so I sent it right away, but it left a weird feeling. I've spent thousands on her over the years, never asked for a dime back, and now I'm out of a job and she's doing well. She couldn't let a $10 bubble tea slide. It's not about the money, it's about what it says. I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or if it's a red flag. I've always treated the relationship as a partnership, and this just felt transactional. Am I being too sensitive, or is this worth paying attention to?
Yo, what the fuck? For her own bubble tea?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like, we agreed I would pay for something, and now I'm mad that she's asking me to pay it back. No! She wanted bubble tea.
And she drank the bubble tea.
She paid for it and drank her bubble tea, and then was like, hey, you owe me for my bubble tea.
Yeah.
If I was wearing pants, I would pace around. I'm so angry.
It's one of those.
I pace when I get angry.
Yeah.
But I like funny pace. It's very fun.
Can I read the top comment because it's funny?
Yes.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You are unemployed, your girlfriend buys herself a drink, and the next morning she asks you to send her money for said drink that she bought for herself, and you want to marry this person?
What? That's crazy. It'd be different if it was like, hey, we're going out to bubble tea. I want to treat you. I don't have my wallet.
Yeah.
Are you good to pay? And then I send you the money. And then it's like, okay, babe. It seems like that did not happen. It seems like they were out.
Yeah.
She saw bubble tea. She said, I want bubble tea. And then the fact that he had to tell her that he forgot his wallet is crazy.
And his phone's dead. You can't even Apple Pay it.
Like, that's just insane, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, if we were out and you were like, babe, my phone's dead, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
Like, you shouldn't have to tell somebody that you cannot pay for their thing.
Right.
Whoa. Sorry, you couldn't see it, but I hit my phone and then it, like, spun.
Yeah. And I think, you know, there's many ways to handle financial life.
Yeah.
And all of them require agreement. And I don't know. I think it's like a weirdly weird situation.
Weirdly weird
because
situation.
He's been okay with it for so long because he had money, but now he doesn't have money, so he's realizing, oh, actually, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's always been fucked up, and
well,
like he just didn't, because that's not. I mean, they never got talked about it and got on the same page, so it's complicated.
See, here's one of those situations where it's unclear the pattern of this, where like, if he's been paying for everything for so long, I can understand how, like, to her, she's so in the I mean, I can't understand, because, like, I wouldn't do this, but I can see how somebody, like, if you have paid for 100% of things for the entire 4 years,
that's crazy.
The second that I have to pay for I'm just using it's not happening. But, like, the second I have to pay for something, I get I'm, like, screaming. I'm, like, angry. I get the thought of, like, well, this isn't for me to pay because I haven't paid for anything. Right. So he's going to pay me back for it. I'll remind him tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, I see... I conceptualize how if you are in the habit of expecting something... Yeah. You accept, kind of like, no disrespect, but like the stereotypical, like, spoiled rich brat who, like, goes to college for the first time and calls her parents for like $500 because she blew all of her allowance in a weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, when you are used to something, you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle or a certain financial situation. Like, it'd be fucking weird if, like, tomorrow you were like, hey, you gotta pay rent, Like, that'd be weird.
That'd be crazy.
But, like, the issue there is that there's no communication. If you were like, hey, maybe next month you're gonna have to start chipping in, absolutely no problem. Mm-hmm. So I think that might be the difference, is that, like, they haven't discussed the switch yet. They haven't discussed that he is no longer in a financial situation to support both of them entirely. Mm-hmm. And he still paid her, but I think the question is just like, why haven't y'all had a conversation if this is sparking issues for you? Right. 2, do you really want your partner to be so dependent on you that they assume you will pay for their own drink that they already paid for? Like,
I think that the extreme of it is what's making it weird, because I can't imagine any reality where it's this skewed.
I can, because, like, rich people are weird, Yeah. And, like, I'm not saying they're rich, but, like, money, you can't conceptualize it because we would never treat each other that way. Like, I understand his question of, like, is my relationship transactional? I don't think it is. I hope it's not. No, I take that back. It might be. But I hope it's not. Yeah. I hope that it's just, like, she has to break out of this habit that they have created their lives around and agreed upon previously was totally fine, but maybe shit's changed now. Or even if shit hasn't changed, like, I'd still feel weird if somebody did that, you know? If,
It's a weird thing, yeah.
If you asked me to pay for your drink the next day,
that's pretty weird.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like the inverse of what I would think. It's like big purchases, assuming that they're taken care of. Yes. Like, that's a big purchase. For example, like, we have quite a big gap between what we make. And I am a serial non-committal to jobs person. So, like, Chris pays for most of our big expenses, and Chris pays for most of our expenses. However, like, there's never been a situation where like I have a credit card attached to his account, and I refuse to use it. Like, he'll be like, I'll be going out to dinner, and he's like, yeah, feel free to use the card. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm going out to dinner. Why are you paying for it? You know what I mean? So, like, every financial situation is different in partnerships, in solos, and in groups. It doesn't matter. Like, everybody looks at money differently. But that's why, like, money is such a big reason people get divorced and break up. Like,
yeah, you gotta be on the same page.
Also because, like, there's such a taboo about talking about it that people will avoid talking about it. Now both people are bitter because they have different expectations of how their financial relationship should be. And now we fucking hate each other because you're taking advantage of me and you're not taking care of me. And then it leads to shit like this where she's expecting him to Venmo her back for a $10 drink that only she drank, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even touching on the fact that he's unemployed and she has a full-time job. Like, that matters less to me right now because it doesn't matter what the situation is. You should, one, constantly be talking about, are we good with our situation in whatever context, emotional, financial, physical, you know? Like, you should be having check-ins with your partner. But two, especially when there's a big change, like now he's unemployed, one of the first things I'd say would be like, hey, you kind of handle all of the finances. What does that look like? Or, like, before he even quit, I would be like, all right, let's logically go through you quitting. Like, I support you quitting. That's something you need to do for yourself. I'm not going to say no. I have a job. But, like, let's see how we have the means to do it if we need to change our lives. Like, you need to be having these big conversations.
Yeah. If
they're going to be getting married, like, that's a big thing. Very having important. The financial communication. Ooh.
Waste drawer full on the litter robot.
Oh, that makes sense. We have a litter robot if you hear gravel in the back.
Gravel's graveling.
So I think that's a skill they definitely need to work on.
Yeah.
It seems, I'm going to assume the best and say, like, it's just habit that it's a really bad habit to have, but it's a habit she needs to break. I'm not going to say they should break up. I'm not going to say, like, it's a fucked up situation because it seems like they just haven't had a conversation about new expectations.
Yeah.
If these have been the standards set. If these haven't been the standards set and she crazy like that, like, that's a whole other situation. Right. But first step is having that conversation of, like, I no longer have a job. We need to talk about finances. And or you asking me to pay for your drink after the fact makes me uncomfortable. You have a job. You should be able to sustain small purchases like that. Like, I'm so happy to pay for XYZ, or maybe you're not happy to pay for XYZ, but just saying, like, examples of how the conversation can go, framing it as, like, you are uncomfortable with the situation that happened, hearing her out, finding that middle ground of what needs to change, changing the structure. And then if she's like, no, you pay for everything, then she's a superficial bitch. But that... Yeah.
Do you want to hear the update?
There's an update. You're holding out on me. Did you agree with what I said, though?
Of course I agree with what you said. It just ties into the update a little bit. Okay, so thanks to everyone who commented. I've been reading everything, and it really helped me step back and see things clearly. When we started dating, we were both students. I was finishing engineering, and I already had a job lined up.
Okay,
I also worked as a TA, so I was fine financially. She was still a student, so I paid because she was broke.
Oh, right, there is a 4-year
difference. I asked her to pay, and she never offered. Still never offered to split anything, not even the small stuff.
Can you reread that? Sorry, I was saying that they have an age gap. Just that last sentence.
She was still a student, so I paid because she was broke. I never asked her to pay, and she never offered. Still never offered to split anything, not even the small stuff. I tried bringing up equality and shared effort, but she always shut it down comments like, "You're the man, you should take care of me," or "We can't have two women in the relationship." What really got me is I can maybe open Lowe's.
Sorry.
What really got me was that when I stopped proposing dates or doing everything, she started saying I wasn't making enough effort. Meanwhile, I've been carrying this for 4 years. That bubble tea wasn't about the $10. It was about realizing how little support I was getting back.
I assumed the best and I was wrong. Fuck.
Usually you always assume the worst, so this is a Uno reverse.
I think just because
I know, it sounded like it could have been okay.
it was, he made, like, the way he wrote it,
Yeah.
it seemed like such a singular experience.
Yeah.
I alluded to, like, this could be a pattern
Yeah.
and she could be a superficial bitch.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the best.
I just can't believe she said, "You're the man, you should take care of me. We
There
can't have
can't
two
be
women."
two women in the relationship is fucking insane. That's fucking insane. First of all, your wife, your girlfriend, hopefully ex-girlfriend, is a sexist.
Yeah.
She is a sexist. Ew. She is a sexist. Jesus Christ, that's insane. I saw you panic when I grabbed Chris. You hit an ad and then I opened the Lowe's app.
Yeah.
And you went bright red and you're like, "Oh, I opened Lowe's."
Yeah.
What the fuck? It was
So
worse
whoops.
than I could have even thought. I thought she was just spoiled, or maybe she had a
Yeah.
rich background.
Honestly,
It's like,
the
I don't
first-
pay for anything. That's crazy.
The first paragraph seemed fine. Like, okay, we were students. You're like, oh yeah, she's she's
Well, they have
younger,
a
she's
4-year age gap. Like, okay.
no problem. And then
Man, oh
So
man.
any whoosies, this is a mess. I feel bad for this guy.
I hope he broke up with her.
Yeah, I hope so. He didn't. No more updates.
I
so
mean, it
who knows
seemed
what
like he
happened.
came to his senses with that last paragraph
Yeah,
of how I've been supporting this relationship solo.
and she hasn't given anything back. Yeah,
No, that's a breakup, honey.
yeah,
That's-
that is rough.
What do I always say? Break up with him?
Break up with them.
Break up with her. Break up with her.
Yeah, but there.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if she was just with you because you paid for shit.
Yeah,
She was a 20-year-old broke college kid. Your relationship might have started because you were older and could pay for things. I'm not saying that's definite.
yeah,
However, not like I don't know if I'm a good person or if I'm too prideful, but like not offering ever to oh, hi Kenyon, to in 4 years
ever.
and like I understand how when you're so in love like you're blind to shit.
Yeah,
It took 4 years for this wake up call. You know what I mean?
he had to be
Like,
broke with no job to realize. Yeah,
I want to ask this man questions.
I know.
Like, when you said you were quitting, was she trying to tell you not to?
I'm so curious.
Like, I have so many questions of, like, how did she react to these things? Because it seems like she wouldn't react well to you no longer having a cushy engineering job.
right. Yeah,
Hi,
that's
mister.
crazy.
He's your boy.
He's gonna sit.
He's sitting.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. I feel bad for this guy.
That's rough.
It's like the girl was, like you said, that's a very possible outcome, and that she was like using him for money in some way, and that's rough. She probably saved a lot of money not having to pay for anything for 4 years and having a full-time job.
Yeah.
Life hack.
No, that makes you a shitty person. Unless
Yeah.
it is agreed upon and communicated that that person is funding your lifestyle and they are aware of it, that's not okay.
Yeah.
I tell Chris every month, I'm like, I'm sorry you pay for everything. And he's like, I don't care. I'm like, I could try paying for things. He's like, no, pay your student loans. I'm like, okay.
Guess I will.
Okay. I wasn't going to pay the government, but I will.
Yeah. Well,
I'm mad. I don't
Here we are.
My advice is break up with her.
here we are.
Leave her.
Became clearer the more we read, and now
How did I assume the best? I think I just...
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But also, like...
He definitely wrote it in a good way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he wrote it with so much love. And that's the thing, like... And I always say this. The Reddit stories, it's hard... you can kind of tell where they're going most of the time by how the person writes. Like, when a toxic person writes them, I'm always like, you wrote that out and still thought to post it. Yeah. But, like, with him, you could tell that he loved her. How he wrote it out in the beginning made me want to believe the best. Mm-hmm. Of, like, it was just a habit that she... Like, a really, really fucked up habit that she needed to break. Because I get it. I used to be a toxic person. If it was your first time here, I was a formerly toxic woman. So, like, I understand... behaviors like that and getting into habits that make you the worst versions of yourself. Mm-hmm. And that communication can break out of that and like actively trying to, not just communication, but like that's the start. You have to know that you're having an issue, know that the other person has an issue with you for you to grow. That's fucking bonkers. She would not even let him talk about it beforehand. Like, she was using him. Even if she did love him, even if this relationship was not based off of money, like, I can't conceptualize actively using somebody like that. Like, not That's even rough, offering to split the bill, not offering this, not offering that, you know? Like, I just... Very sad. I hope he left her. And I hope so. I hope he enjoys being single for a while, because if you're in a relationship, you should always take some time to be single. Mm-hmm. But if he does decide to be with somebody else later down the road, I hope he finds somebody who supports him as much as he supports them. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of extra money. He's unemployed right now. Yeah, but I mean, whatever savings he has will last a little longer. I hope. Well, he should Venmo request her back for the $10. $10,000 Venmo request. This is everything that I've paid for 4 years of my life. With interest. You're welcome. Crazy. So there's no coming back from that. She is using you. Yeah. I'm like trying to think of another solution. Yeah, maybe she's nice. I don't know. No, she clearly doesn't give a fuck about him. I know. And like, even if she does, that's insane comments. Not even talking about those. Like, I can't imagine using the person I love like that. Yeah. You know, or like not considering the other person in my decisions like that. Mm-hmm. Like assuming that they will pay for everything, assuming that they will take care of everything because I'm a woman. I hate that shit. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, your financial situation should be based on your agreed upon financial situation, your solo financial situations, and what's equitable in that. Yeah. Nothing else. Yeah. Shouldn't be based off anything else. Mm-mm. Anyway. Good. Glad to be back. Any other thoughts for you? No. This has been fun. That was a good one. Yeah. What made you choose that one? Because you hate that that I'm a freeloader. Yeah, you don't pay for anything ever. I don't pay for anything. I don't offer. You don't offer anything. You only use my credit card. I'm going to get your credit card and I'm going to show them so they can use your credit card too. Perfect. Well, I know. Rough. Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day and a happy birthday. Why don't you just go and like this video? Yeah, why don't you? And why don't you subscribe while you're out there? Why don't you? We make uncut advices or similar vlog styles every Monday. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. Happy birthday. Love you. Bye. Bye.